125 people were rushed to Kenyatta National Hospital, and 20 others were rushed to other hospitals. Yes.
Also on the Daily Nation, there is a picture of a young man protesting, and it says a protester clashes with police yesterday at Kenyatta Avenue in Nairobi as a mass of youth pushed their way towards Parliament buildings. Also, a section of the MP's dining room at Parliament buildings that was vandalized yesterday. There's a picture of a dining room in the Parliament where we see chairs and tables turned. Also, protesters block Uhuru Highway in Nairobi with rocks and bonfires during yesterday anti-finance bill demos. There's a woman who is holding a placard as she marches on Nyerere Avenue in Mombasa.
Yes. Also, the number of deaths reported, we have at least 13 protesters killed in demonstrations across the country. 10 in Nairobi, 3 in Nakuru, and 1 in Kitale. Yes. Our condolences to the family and the loved ones and friends. Yeah. We can also see that the protesters occupy the house, the Parliament. In scenarios, in scenes akin to the U.S. Capitol Hill attack in 2021, protesters broke down a section of the barrier next to Jomo Kenyatta's mausoleum. They lowered the national flag, lit fires, and destroyed properties before storming the Senate and the National Assembly chambers.
Remaining with the Daily Nation, it reads, "Let's reason together, Kenya belongs to all of us." June 25th, 2024, the date will remain etched in Kenya's collective memory. The foundations of the country have been shaken to the core, and the historical trajectory will never be the same again. The sacred social and legal fabric that holds the country together has been torn apart in a manner never seen before. Precious lives have been lost, limbs maimed, and bucket loads of blood spilled. You can find that that story on page 17. And also, you can if you want to know how your MP voted, you can also find it on the on the Daily Nation.
Yes, we also saw that the finance bill sails through. Despite protesters, Kenya Kwanza MPs voted 195 of them. They voted yes to Azimio's 109. To see the bill sail through. Earlier in the morning, some legislatures voted like machines, even when the wrong clauses were read out, as Azimio counterparts engaged in songs and jeerings. So we can see that despite everything that is happening in the country, the members of parliament still went on ahead to vote yes.
And 195 members of parliament voted for the bill, while 109 voted against the bill.
So what does this say about the members of parliament and the representatives who are voted in as leaders? Does it say that clearly they are not listening to the people? Because I think now the people are too loud. By now everyone knows, because even outside country, abroad, diaspora, other countries, they can see, they can hear what Kenyans are saying, and not only the Gen Zs, because I believe that while the Gen Zs are on the streets, their parents are also there with them, because even if they are not physically present with them, they are there maybe like emotionally, they are thinking about them. Even like it's affecting the parents also. So we can say plus the Gen Zs and their parents. Whatever affects them affects the parents.
Affects the parents.
And
also after the second reading, after the MPs passed the bill, we saw that protesters set a section of parliament on fire. Some of the MPs were evacuated by a chopper. And also MPs were evacuated using the newly built tunnel. Immediately after the bill was passed, and the protesters got the news that the MPs had passed the bill, they were filled with fury and they decided to set a section of parliament on fire. And also protesters overpowered police and invaded the parliament, seeing something that we didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
You know, there were hashtags all over, Occupy Parliament. But you should know that the day before yesterday, Cabinet Secretary of Interior Kindiki had warned protesters not to access protected areas. And even in the morning, before the protest began, there were anti-riot police who were guarding the State House and also the Parliament. But I think, you know, the protesters were many, and at some point they overpowered police and invaded the Parliament.
Yes. We can also see that KDF deployed to quell riots. Yes, the Defense Cabinet Secretary
Aden
Duale, yesterday declared a security emergency and gazetted the deployment of soldiers to help the National Police Service handle the protests across the country. Yes. Can we say that deploying the KDF wasn't really necessary? Because can we say that maybe it was a bad move, and this is what led to a lot of deaths? Because without even the deployment of the KDF, maybe these 13 people were dead. Yeah, and the number is yet to increase, because we also don't know. We are not like sure that 13 people are. The number is still increasing. Yeah, because there are some people who are injured and they are severely injured in hospitals.
Can you see also the reason why that KDF were deployed is because the protesters were many, and at some point they overpowered the police. And that is why they decided that the police cannot do this alone, and decided to deploy KDF. And the Defense Secretary Aden Duale said that the reason why he deployed the KDF is because it's now a matter of security, and he said it's a security emergency, and that is why he made that move. Also, you should know that several protesters shot dead in Parliament buildings. Over 120 protesters with bullet wounds rushed to KNH, Kenyatta National Hospital. 2 deaths have been recorded by yesterday, and 3 in Nakuru town were shot.
Yes. We also had a statement from one of the Nairobi protesters saying that someone should tell the leadership of this country that they cannot hide in their offices forever. If we have made it this far, we will eventually get to them. Can we say this is what is happening? Yeah, since the MPs, the members of parliament, the respective leaders who are elected, they are not going to listen to the people. It's like now the people are going to them, and it's like you must listen to us by force. Can we say that when the Gen Zs and the protesters, when they invaded parliament and they destroyed properties, and also it's to symbolize that power belongs to them. Yeah.
And also you should remember that massive damage to property yesterday, and also some of the members of parliament who voted yes, their homes were set on fire. The likes of Molo MP, Kimani Kuria, who is the chairman of the finance committee. Also a nightclub associated with Oscar Sudi was stormed yesterday in Eldoret by the protesters. Also Kieni MP Njoroge Wainaina's supermarket was raided by angry protesters
because she voted.
Also Mathira MP, his offices were vandalized.
Yes, also we can see that on page 6 of the Standard newspaper, protesters invade house as finance bill is approved. Yeah, and inside the chambers, the protesters sat. They sat on the speaker's chair and addressed the house in mockery of the earlier proceedings. Yeah, some MPs were holed up in their offices, shielded by security, as others used the 150-meter tunnel to
that was
escape.
built recently
Yeah.
to escape from the angry protesters. Also, Eldoret Law Courts was destroyed. These are some of the property,
Yeah.
millions of property, including the section of parliament that was set on fire. City Hall was also set on fire, but the fire was put down. It didn't destroy the entire building.
Yeah.
The fire brigade responded and put down the fire, but they are some of the property reported that were destroyed yesterday by protesters.
Yes. Also on the Standard newspaper, page 6, you can see a picture of the Embakasi MP.
MP.
Yeah, he escaped through the fence,
Jumping
of the
over the
county
fence.
hall. Yes, during the finance bill 2024 protest in Nairobi yesterday.
And also, medics camped at the All Saints Cathedral in Nairobi, providing first aid to injured protesters and ferried others to hospital. And at some point, Kenyatta National Hospital, I beg your pardon, was overwhelmed due to many people injured.
Yes. We also saw that the Holy Basilica Church, it was also attacked. Yeah. They threw tear gases, and that one was also one of the help medical centers that was provided. Yes.
And because of the events that took place yesterday, the Archbishop of Catholic addressed journalists in Nairobi yesterday, and they urged President to restore sanity. They also urged the President to return the proposed law for wider public consultation in order to restore peace. Also, Archbishop Maurice Muhatia, the KCCB chairperson, said that the government should not be in denial about its intended excessive taxation. The country is bleeding, and therefore they invite the government to reflect on the matter with seriousness it deserves. These are the remarks of Archbishop Maurice Muhatia, who said yesterday while addressing journalists that the country is insanity, and thus the president should, and thus they ask the president to restore sanity.
Yes, we can also see that the protesters protesters torch Embu Governor's office, vehicles, and UDA offices. Yeah, one of the offices that were burnt down was the Embu Governor, Embu County. Violence rocked Embu County as protesters set ablaze the governor's office, vehicles on the premises, and then turned their rage to the area UDA offices are. Yes. So we can say that all the protesters, they were enraged. They were angered, especially counties like Nakuru. We can say that it was peaceful at first, and then the violence started happening. Or the rage, it started happening after the parliament was burnt down, and we got news that people have been killed.
Shot, yes. And also after they tried to occupy State House, Nakuru State House, and also in other towns like Kakamega, things changed after protesters started occupying the Kakamega State Lounge, and also it was triggered by when MPs passed the bill for the second time. And also, Mr. Odinga released a statement yesterday, and it was read by Azimio la Umoja, One Kenya Coalition Party co-principal Kalonzo Musyoka, who called on President Ruto to resign, while at the same time imploring the Kenya Defence Forces not to be drawn into internal politics. This is after the Kenya Defence Forces were deployed to
Haiti.
Were deployed
during
the demos yesterday, so that they can restore peace in the country as the cabinet secretary for defense, Adan Duale, said yesterday.
Yes, also on the Azimio party, yeah, we can see that Azimio senators asked Ruto to resign. Yeah, Azimio La Umoja coalition senators have asked President William Ruto to resign for failing to listen to the voices of the people, which has resulted in nationwide demonstrations. Yeah, so they are telling the president to step down because clearly he's not listening to the people. Yeah.
And also, President William Ruto addressed the nation yesterday at 9 p.m. in the evening. And President William Ruto called the breach of parliament buildings by what he claimed were criminals who had infiltrated peaceful protesters a treasonous act and an existential threat, even as he sought to assure Kenyans of their safety, promising a firm response to the chaos. The president said that the government will therefore uphold its constitutional mandate to secure our nation and its development, and shall treat every threat to national security and the integrity of our state as an existential danger to our republic. Accordingly, he assured Kenyans that he shall provide a full, effective and expeditious response to yesterday's treasonous events. Also, the president put on notice the planners, financiers, orchestrators of violence and anarchy, whom he said had crossed a line.
Yes. Also on page 8 of the Standard newspaper, we can see that the police clashed with protesters who almost stormed Coast State House. Yeah, so this is what happened in Coast. The GSU officers guarding the facility had to shoot in the air and lob tear gas to disperse the protesters. Yeah, at the same time, security has enhanced at the premises of MPs who voted for the finance bill. Because they knew that the protesters were heading towards the offices of the MPs who voted yes for the finance bill. So more security was
also. And also the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, made a statement regarding the protest yesterday, and he said that this is a trying time for our country, and he wants to remind all leaders that they were elected by the people. Listening to the people is not a choice, he says, but a mandate enshrined in the principles of our constitution and in the very basis and philosophy of democracy.
Yes. Yes. And don't forget to interact with us. Yeah, what do you think about the demonstrations? What do you think about what is happening in the country? Yeah, you can give us your opinion. Are you for the finance bill or are you rejecting the finance bill? Yeah, you can interact with us on Facebook, Faraja TV Kenya, YouTube Faraja TV Media, TikTok faraja.tv.media, Instagram Faraja_TV_Kenya, and our SMS line is 0703339959.
And you can also tell us where you're watching us from and your name. I am Vicky Kipto.
Yes, and on that note, we are taking a short break. Don't touch that dial.
Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Well,
What is lifestyle? To me, lifestyle is the people, it's entertainment, it's food, it's beauty, it's fashion, it's music, and it's arts. So how do you get to deal with these big topics that are affecting our society? Well, worry no more, because I, Sharon Gige, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m., I'll be bringing you amazing guests, and they'll be able to give us solutions on how to handle these big and disturbing topics at Faraja TV Kenya and all our social media platforms. Thank you.
Yo, welcome guys to the biggest and most exciting show in the 254, where we bring you exciting topics, great music, your favorite artists, and good times.
Join us each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Faraja Mashup. It's your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And your boy Big Willie, aka the Big Kahuna.
Kwa majina ni John Mragori, ninaokuletea program ya uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu, na programu yetu ya kujia mnamo siku ya kila Jumapili saa 1:30 katika runinga yetu ya Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha. Karibu sana, karibu pamoja, tushirikiane katika uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu. Karibuni na mbarikiwe sana. God bless you. God see you through.
Welcome to the greatest sporting show in the 254. That is the Sports Blast show on Faraja TV, where we'll be bringing you all the discussion and all updates according to sports and sports events.
And of course, we look forward to engaging and interacting with you on our various platforms,
which are on Faraja TV Kenya at Facebook, Faraja TV Media at YouTube, and our SMS line 0703-339959, and our various competitions and events of the sporting sphere.
Remember to catch us live each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 5 p.m. whereby I'll be joined by 3 great co-hosts, your boy Big Man Kyuga,
and of course, Mickey Omchambuliz,
and Lefty Jizitisa Mgongoni.
One final lung-busting stride for Kipchoge.
So don't miss out on Sports Buzz.
Ujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu ndani ya Fahamu Siasa na Wanasiasa. Hapa tutakuwa tunaangazia masuala ya katiba, uchumi na teknolojia. Vile vile utaweza kufahamu na kujua kazi ya mjumbe wako, seneta wako, MCA wako kila siku ya Jumatatu na Alhamisi kuanzia mida ya saa 3 hadi saa 5. Ukiletewa nami Peter Mohoro. Usikose kutazama Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Siku na mchana nakupa sifa, day and night Lord.
Indeed, tunakupa sifa zote ni kwako ewe Mungu. This is Nuru ya Injili Gospel Show, ambapo tutakuwa tunaletea amazing guests, amazing artists, inspired ministers of the word.
And we shall be having interesting conversations. It shall be hot, it shall be fire, it shall be rejuvenating right here at Nuru ya Injili.
Of course, hii si ya kukosa. Kutakuwa na mixes kali, new song, new bangers, na hii mtazamaji wetu utapenda. Kutakuwa na a lot of fun yenyewe mwenyewe huwezi miss.
I will be your host, Jack Favor.
And I, your co-host, Caroline Jerry.
alongside DJ Chish
every Sunday
from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Nuru ya Injili only at Faraja TV.
What's happening?
It's showtime!
Oh, okay, let's go. This is
Gospel Link Up.
kuanzia saa 4 mpaka saa 7 kila Jumapili at Faraja TV with me, the Ramses, alongside
DJ XDs.
Alright, hii ni kosa kukosa wewe.
Dance imeshika mashinani. Kila choche kila
Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha. Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Well, what is lifestyle? To me, lifestyle is the people, it's entertainment, it's food, it's beauty, it's fashion, it's music, and it's arts. So how do you get to deal with these big topics that are affecting our society? Well, worry no more, because I, Sharon Gige, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m, I'll be bringing you amazing guests, and they'll be able to give us solutions on how to handle these big and disturbing topics at Faraja TV Kenya and all our social media platforms. Thank you.
Yo, welcome guys to the biggest and most exciting show in the 254, where we bring you exciting topics, great music, your favorite artists, and good times.
Join us each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Faraja Mashup. It's your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And your boy Big Willie, aka the Big Kahuna.
Kwa majina ni John Mragori, ninaokuletea program ya uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu, na programu yetu ya kujia mnamo siku ya kila Jumapili saa 1:30 katika runinga yetu ya Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha. Karibu sana, karibu pamoja, tushirikiane katika uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu. Karibuni na mbarikiwe sana. God bless you. God see you through.
Welcome to the greatest sporting show in the 254. That is the Sports Plus show on Faraja TV. where we'll be bringing you all the discussion and all updates according to sports and sports events.
And of course, we look forward to engaging and interacting with you on our various platforms,
which are on Faraja TV Kenya at Facebook, Faraja TV Media at YouTube, and our SMS line 0703 339959, and our various competitions and events of the sporting sphere.
Remember to catch us live each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 5 p.m. whereby I'll be joined by 3 great co-hosts, your boy Big Man Kyuga,
and of course, Mickey Omchambulis,
and Lefty Jizitisa Mgongoni.
One final lung-busting stride for Kipchoge.
So don't miss out on Sport Buzz.
Ujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu ndani ya Fahamu Siasa na Wanasiasa. Hapa tutakuwa tunaangazia masuala ya katiba, uchumi na teknolojia. Vile vile utaweza kufahamu na kujua kazi ya mjumbe wako, seneta wako, MCA wako kila siku ya Jumatatu na Alhamisi kuanzia mida ya saa 3 hadi saa 5. Ukiletewa nami Peter Muhoro. Usikose kutazama Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Welcome back, viewers. Yes, it's Wednesday, and you know Wednesday we got hot topics for you on relationship manenos.
Yeah.
Yes. Today's topic is on
singlehood.
Oh yes, singlehood. Have you been single? Are you single? Or you don't know you are single, but you are single? Yes, don't forget to interact with us on our social media handles. Facebook, you can find us.
Faraja TV Kenya, YouTube, Faraja TV Media, TikTok, faraja.tv.media, Instagram, Faraja_TV_Kenya. You can also send us your an SMS. Our SMS number is 0703 339959.
Yes.
And did you know that singlehood is a state of being unmarried?
Okay, so we have a segment of Did You Know? We are here to educate you on what you didn't know. Yeah, so singlehood means?
It's a state of being unmarried.
Okay, so all of us who are not married, we are single.
We are single. Even if you've been in a relationship of 5 years, 10 years, and you're not married, you're still single.
According to the English language.
Yeah.
Yes. So on that note, since we've said singlehood is the state of being unmarried.
Unmarried, yeah.
Yeah. Can we say there are types of singlehood? Like, can you say maybe you are unmarried because of this, you are unmarried because of this, you are single because of this, you are single because of that? Can we say sometimes people are just single because they didn't prefer it, it's not their preference, it's because heartbreak,
or maybe they've not found the one yet.
Yeah. And also there are some people who just prefer to be single. Yes.
They are rather alone. It's better for them to be alone than to be with somebody. Or also you may say it's a season where somebody wants to grow.
Yeah. Okay, it depends with the type. Yeah, so let's get into the types of singlehood.
Yeah, and we have a type. One of the type is voluntary temporary singles. People who have never been married and are not currently looking. They are postponing marriage, although they are not opposed to the idea of marriage. So it's a voluntary because you want it, and then it's temporary because
Yeah.
they've said you're not yet married and you're not currently looking, but you've just postponed marriage, but you're not opposed to the idea of getting married at some point.
So we can say maybe these are people who prefer, maybe I want to be single until maybe this age. Maybe they prefer to date according to age and then to get married according maybe to a point where they are ready.
Yeah, they are ready.
Yeah, we can also say that, you know, wale watu wenye wanasemanga I want to have this, maybe I want to be stable, I want to get a job,
maybe
I
they
want
are
to
studying.
I want to fix my life first, and then so that when I get someone we can just settle. It's not that tunakutana alafu we are hustling pamoja. Yeah, there are people like that. Yeah. Also we can say that there are those people who just want to work on themselves. Yeah, they want to just work on themselves, be better people. And maybe psychologically, emotionally, they want to, when that time gets there, that's when they'll be ready to be in a relationship. Yeah.
Also, there's a type of singlehood that is called voluntary stable or permanent singles. People who have never been married and have no intentions of marrying, including cohabitors or people who've been married and do not want to marry again. I repeat, people who have been married and have no intention of marrying, who have never been married and have no intentions of marrying, including cohabitors or people who've been married and do not want to marry again. This is somebody who decided I'm going to be single all of my life. They don't want to get married, and they may have been married before, but now they're not married, and they've decided that they are not going to be married again. So it's a type of singlehood that is called voluntary stable or permanent singles.
So they volunteer themselves to be single for life.
For life.
Hashtag single for life.
Yeah, because I've heard people say that they don't want to be married ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are
but you
people...
know, it's a choice. Either way, it's a choice. But in our African society, it's not a choice. It's a must.
Yeah, so these are people who have chosen celibacy. Yeah. Can we say that people who have chosen singlehood for life, maybe they are the ones who... They're the ones who cheat. Like who are the vessels of cheating for people who are married.
And maybe they know that they cannot maintain a relationship.
Yeah, so that's why maybe they've just decided to be single.
And
then, you know, like when someone is single, sometimes maybe it's because they are into a married person. So it's like even the circumstances.
The love of their life is a married person.
Yeah, the circumstances, the situation doesn't allow them to be married.
So that makes them to decide, you know what, if I'm not ending up with you, it's better I just be alone.
No, or maybe they can just decide I'll be single. I will stay unmarried until when the partner is ready to marry.
So they're waiting
to leave the wife, and that maybe will never happen.
Emma, and the partner, maybe the person that they want to get married, they are married already.
Yeah.
They're in a inside a marriage.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me is that the person is waiting for
somebody who's married,
for the marriage
not
to break.
To work.
So and if it doesn't,
that's why I'm saying that's why they will be single for life.
For life. He says
yes.
So. Also, we have another type of singlehood that is called involuntary, temporary singles. So you can understand by the word involuntary.
Yeah.
So you can say that it's the circumstance. Maybe you've not found the one.
Yeah. Or maybe you are single.
You're single
because you were left.
You are left. You're still healing.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to be single, but circumstance or situation has forced you to be where you are. And it says involuntary temporary singles are people who have never been married or are divorced or widowed who are looking to marry again.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're
we
looking for partners.
Yes, but they haven't found.
They haven't found.
Yeah, so I think that's the scenario of involuntary. Because even like widows, we can look at widows. These are people who have been married and maybe they lost their husband or their wife, they lost their spouses.
Their spouses.
So it's not something they wanted.
They wanted.
This is how life goes. Maybe they lost their spouse, so they are left
It's
single.
not something that they chose. It just happened.
Yeah.
And also there's another type of singlehood that is called involuntary, stable or permanent singles. People who have never been married, are divorced or widowed, who want to marry or remarry but have not found a mate. They give it to their status. Yeah. There are people who have never married or they are divorced or widowed who want to marry or remarry but have not found a mate. So you are in singlehood because you've not found a mate.
Yeah, you haven't found the right person.
You haven't found the right person.
Yes. How do you know you found the right person? You know, people say when you know, you know.
You know when you know.
When
but
you know.
For us ladies, I believe most of the time, if you find people who've broken up, they will always tell you that I knew this wasn't the right person. I knew this was. I felt it. But most of the time, we decide that, you know what, I'm going to be blind. I'm not going to follow what my heart is telling me. And you know, there's that thing. It's called intuition. That you'll always know that this guy is not right for me. This lady is not right for me. But who are we? We always follow.
you smell danger, you follow danger.
Unasema maybe yako tu ni kakshitani, hanitaki. But
I'm just scared. Maybe I'm just scared. That's why I'm feeling like
But when things start to go in the wrong direction, that is when you realize that I knew it all along, but I decided to ignore.
So on that note, on singlehood, how long are you supposed to be single for? How long are you supposed to stay single? Is there like an ultimate, like, okay, like in Kenya, can we say maybe there's a specific age that by this age you should be married, you're not supposed to be single? So how long is the ideal?
I think it depends.
What is the ideal?
I think there's no timeline. It depends on the person. It may take 1 year, it may take 2 years or 3 years, because we've stated the reason to why somebody prefers to be single, and that's why I've said it depends on the person. You know, what will work for you will not work for me.
True. Most cases.
Yes. And I always tell people that you should take as long as the longest time you want, because at the end of the day it is about yourself, and you should not decide to get into a relationship or to be married just because
of pressure, maybe from society.
And especially the African society, because it's better if you wait until the time that you just feel like now it's the time for me to get into a relationship or to be married.
Yes, true. And I think this also brings us to rushing into commitments. A lot of people have rushed into commitments because of maybe the pressure from society, and also sometimes it's not even society, it's also pressure from ourselves. Sometimes you are just, because of the mindset of maybe at 27 I shouldn't be single, by 27 I should be, or maybe from your peers. You look at all your peers,
they are married,
all of them have kids, all of them are married, and then you start giving yourself pressure. You are like,
exactly,
all my age mates, they married from
and I'm just here.
Yeah, all of them, they
I'm
married.
single.
So you rush into a commitment, and it's not even something maybe you wanted. Even the person, maybe the person wasn't the right person for you, and you knew it.
Yes, and you know, Emma, you cannot make somebody else happy if you yourself are not happy. Because you know, marriage and relationship is all about giving. So you cannot give something that you don't have. That is why singlehood is a time where you grow, you work on yourself.
You know what you want.
You want.
I think so too. You know what you want, and you know this is what you want for maybe from a marriage partner, and this is what you are willing to give also. Yeah. So we can say that maybe being single, it's a state where you can just learn more about yourself. You know what you want for yourself before you even enter a relationship.
And you should enter a relationship when you have a sober mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that will really help you, because most of the time you'll find that you've gotten out of a very bad relationship. You were heartbroken, but immediately you don't even take time to heal. You feel like maybe the person that you will get to with in the next relationship will help you to heal, and that's not the case, because you will go with the same problems that you had in your previous relationship. That is why it's better for you to just reflect, and after reflection, that is when it will be the right time for you to move into a new relationship.
I think it's so important that you've said that, especially on reflection, and especially after coming out of a relationship that didn't work. Because sometimes you might think that maybe the problem was your partner. But when you sit down and reflect, it was you.
Yes.
You are the problem. Yeah. So can we also say that there are specific things that you need to work on and work out while you are single, that you cannot work out on them when you are married?
Or yes.
Yeah, so singlehood gives you time to do that. Yes. Yeah. Can we say that singlehood, what are the benefits? Benefits of singlehood, and what are the disadvantages of singlehood? Are there like benefits? Like this is what you can get when you are single. Hauna stress ya kimtu, hauna pressure. There's no pressure. Maybe you can live how you want. Can we say that maybe one of the advantages of singlehood ni increased freedom? It's like you're more free to be even.
You're more flexible.
You have even freedom to do
no
things.
one is asking you, where are you? Why are you with...
why would you do that? Why are you doing that?
Why are you dressing like this?
Yeah. So can we say that one of the advantages of singlehood is freedom?
Yeah. You can also say is when you're single, you will have more time for yourself.
Yeah, because that's why we always say when people are married, they've cuffed. Yeah, they are handcuffed.
And two shall be one.
Yeah, so it's like you have to compromise a lot when you are married. But when you are single, you just have freedom for yourself. You can do anything at any time.
Because you know your decisions will not affect anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is another advantage of singlehood?
We've said more time for yourself, travel, flexibility. It's also about having freedom.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to freedom, because also considering things like maybe traveling, you know, when you are dating, when you have a partner, even when you're married, you have to consult your partner on everything. Everything. You just can't rise up and make decisions without consulting your partner. I think even dating, when dating, it's like maybe you're supposed to do that, because dating is the stage that leads you to marriage. Yeah.
But you know, the difference between dating and marriage is that when you're dating, you can still, you have a way out.
Yeah.
But when you're married, you don't have a way out. Yes, divorce is there, but it's a process. It's not easier like when you're dating. And that is why in marriage, things are a little bit difficult compared to when you're dating. Because yes, you're dating, but still you are at the lookout. You're testing if this relationship is really going to the next stage, or it's going to just...
But I think it's important, because when you're dating, it's important you also try doing things, because you know this is the person that you'll be married to. So if you're not compromising now, how about in marriage? You won't start compromising because you're married. Things don't just come. Yeah, you develop that attitude and that nature while you are dating. So it's like if it's communication and everything while you are dating, that is when you start developing it.
Yeah.
And also you have to also consult your partner. because you can't also be dating a person and then you rise up one day you've gone to Australia. How can you go to Australia and we were dating, you left me in Kenya, you didn't tell me anything?
Yes. And also it's a time when you can say when you're single you can have more time for your family. Because when you're married utakuwa unashinda unaenda
home
every now and then.
Nimeenda home.
So it's a time to strengthen that bond. Yes, the bond is already there because you're related by blood, but also it's a time for you to spend it with your family, and you can even make some of your family members your best friends.
I think it also gives you space to think. Think about, maybe you can even change. Like you can change maybe your life. Maybe you are supposed to take this career and then you change it to a different direction when you are single. But it's a bit difficult when you're married because you have to consult your partner. And then maybe if your partner doesn't agree, sometimes you just have to avoid that direction completely. Because some partners, they'll be like, this career, no, you can't do it.
You can't do it.
You can't be a video vixen.
You can't. Maybe it's true. It will limit you. Because maybe if you were single, it would have been a little bit easier than when you're married. Because, the opinions of your partner matters a lot, and that is why before you do some things in a marriage, you have to consult first. And some of the time you will not get the response that you expected. The response may be, you know what? No, have you forgotten that you're a married person? You're not supposed to be doing this at this particular time. You should be at home making dinner for your husband and looking after the children.
Yes, and also some partners, maybe they'll be like, no, modeling will damage our marriage. So no, don't take this. Don't go this path.
Don't.
And also sometimes there are some people who they've gotten married, and we've also seen some scenarios where people have gotten married, and especially the women, they've been told, just resign from your work, be a housewife. I want you to take care of the kids. Also there are some people who maybe they won't allow their husbands to take certain jobs. Maybe they'll be like, if it's something to do with the military, no. I won't be okay with you doing certain jobs. I won't be okay with you being a male model. I won't be okay with you maybe
especially that male model.
Or I won't be okay with you hanging around a lot of ladies. So certain careers you can't do them, and you can't take that path while you are in marriage.
Or also I've had men complain about those spouses that they are hair hostesses, and they are saying that they are always on their traveling, so they don't have time for me and the children. Also, I think singlehood is a chance for you to build relationships and deeper friendships.
Yes, I also think so too, because you have a lot of time, and it's not like we are saying when you're married you don't have time, but when you're married
you have priorities.
There is time to be around your spouse, and there's also there's limited time to be with your friends. And also sometimes when you're married, some friendships, they just break. It's like you
especially if you're a lady and you have male friends. Or you're a man and you have ladies friends. There are things that will have to stop. And we've said it's a chance to create friendship and have a deeper relationship. You can also say when you're single, you have a chance to meet with anyone or with everyone, because people will approach you differently when you have a ring on your finger. That's the truth. And sometimes you may be missing out.
Missing out on what?
I'm not supporting singlehood, but that's the truth. Most of the time you'll find that because you're married, you will miss out having a great friend just because you're married.
Also, can we also say that one of the disadvantages of singlehood, it's loneliness. Because a lot of people actually rush to commit because they're feeling lonely. They're like, I I can't. And do you also know those friends that, those people who after a relationship, it's like they won't even finish 2 weeks. They'll be in another relationship.
Yes, I've had people saying that I've never been single all my life.
Yeah.
You jump from one relationship
to the next
another.
one.
And there's a saying that is popular, especially among the young people, that says, ni kuoga na kurudi soko. Kuoga na kurudi soko. So once you've been through a heartbreak, you don't, I think the song says that you don't let the heartbreak affect you. So immediately you get into a new relationship. And sometimes I think we get into new relationships, especially after heartbreak, before healing for all the wrong reasons.
Yes. And it's a bit unhealthy. Yeah, because you haven't even had time for yourself. You're just moving from one relationship to another, from one relationship to another. Yeah, and you are meeting new people, different people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm loving the conversation, and I think you're loving the conversation too. We are taking a short break, but don't go anywhere.
Yes.
Faraja TV, Chemichemi ya Furaha.
Well, what is lifestyle? To me, lifestyle is the people, it's entertainment, it's food, it's beauty, it's fashion, it's music, and it's arts. So how do you get to deal with these big topics that are affecting our society? Well, worry no more, because I, Sharon Gige, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m, I'll be bringing you amazing guests, and they'll be able to give us solutions on how to handle these big and disturbing topics at Faraja TV Kenya and all our social media platforms. Thank you.
Yo, welcome guys to the biggest and most exciting show in the 254, where we bring you exciting topics, great music, your favorite artists, and good times.
Join us each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Faraja Mashup. It's your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And your boy Big Willie, aka the Big Kahuna.
Kwa majina ni John Mragori, ninaokuletea program ya uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu, na programu yetu ya kujia mnamo siku ya kila Jumapili saa 1:30 katika runinga yetu ya Faraja TV, Chemichemi ya Furaha. Karibu sana, karibu pamoja, tushirikiane katika uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu. Karibuni na mbarikiwe sana. God bless you. God see you through.
Welcome to the greatest sporting show in the 254. That is the Sports Blast show on Faraja TV, where we'll be bringing you all the discussion and all updates according to sports and sports events.
And of course, we look forward to engaging and interacting with you on our various platforms,
which are on Faraja TV Kenya at Facebook, Faraja TV Media at YouTube, and our SMS line 0703 339959, and our various competitions and events of the sporting sphere.
Remember to catch us live each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 5 p.m. whereby I'll be joined by 3 great co-hosts.
Your boy Big Man Kyuga. And of course, Mickey Omchambulis.
And Lefty Jizitisa Mgongoni.
One final lung-busting stride for Kipchoge.
So don't miss out on Sport Buzz.
Ujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu ndani ya Fahamu Siasa na Wanasiasa. Hapa tutakuwa tunaangazia masuala ya katiba, uchumi na teknolojia. Vile vile utaweza kufahamu na kujua kazi ya mjumbe wako, seneta wako, MCA wako kila siku ya Jumatatu na Alhamisi kuanzia mida ya saa 3 hadi saa 5. Ukiletewa nami Peter Muhoro. Usikose kutazama Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Siku na mchana nakupa sifa, day and night Lord.
Indeed, tunakupa sifa zote ni kwako ewe Mungu. This is Nuru ya Injili Gospel Show, ambapo tutakuwa tunawaletea amazing guests, amazing artists, inspired ministers of the word.
And we shall be having interesting conversations. It shall be hot, it shall be fire, it shall be rejuvenating right here at Nuru ya Injili.
Of course, hii si ya kukosa. Kutakuwa na mixes kali, new song, new bangers, na hii mtazamaji wetu utapenda. Kutakuwa na a lot of fun yenye wewe mwenyewe huwezi miss.
I will be your host, Jack Favor.
And I, your co-host, Caroline Jerry.
Alongside DJ Tish.
Every Sunday.
From 6 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
Nuru ya Injili, only at Faraja TV.
What's happening?
It's showtime!
Oh, okay, let's go. This is
Gospel Link Up.
Kuanzia saa 4 mpaka saa 7 kila Jumapili at Faraja TV with me, The Ramtes, alongside
DJ XDs.
Alright, hii ni kosa kukosa wewe.
Dansi meshika mashinani. Kila choche
Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Welcome back, viewers. You know it's Wednesday and we got you on the relationship manenos. Yes, and we have been talking about
Singlehood. Yeah.
Oh yes, singlehood. That's the word. Yes.
Remember, you can interact with us on Facebook, Faraja TV Kenya, YouTube, Faraja TV Media, TikTok, faraja.tv.media, Instagram, Faraja_TV_Kenya. And you can send your an SMS to us.
Yeah.
Our SMS number is 0703339959. And the question of the day, Emma?
Yes, the question of the day is, have you ever been single, and for how long? Yes.
And also remember to tell us your name and where you're watching us from.
Yes. So earlier on we were talking about the advantages of being single. And now we are heading to the disadvantages of being single. And we mentioned loneliness
before we went for the break.
Yeah, loneliness.
When you're single, you're lonely. You are lonely. Because at some point you just feel like you want to be with someone, especially if maybe your friends, the people who are close to you are dating.
Yeah.
And they are always out with their +1. And you are always
there. You are the third wheel.
You are the third wheel. So most of the time
wheel.
you feel lonely. You are like, it's like I'm missing a lot.
And you are the photo guy.
Yes.
You know, when you are the third wheel, you are always the photo
guy. And you know the way they are walking. So they are in front, walking, holding hands, and you are just behind.
And then you are supposed to take videos of
them,
photos. If it's selfies, you should take, if it's photos, if you're on a hike, it's hard.
It's hard. You feel lonely.
Yeah, and can we also say that also like on occasions where you're going out with your friends and they have partners they are dating and you are single and they are married, it can also give you maybe anxiety. You can start feeling, hey, I'm missing out on life. This
may lead to mental issues.
Yeah, you can even be depressed. Yeah, especially when you see their lives and maybe you are always hanging around them.
And maybe the reason why you're single, the factor that contributed to you being single is maybe heartbreak, your person cheating, or even death. You know, it may cause you to go through stress that will result in depression.
Can we also say that is why we see most people who have been widowed, they don't always engage themselves with their friends, like going out, maybe going out as couples, and then they are there because they will start feeling the absence of their partners.
And also you can also say, Emma, it's because most of the time remaining on the mental health issue, we've seen suicide incidents, and people have taken their own lives because of being single. You know, there are people who don't know how to live without being single.
And how to manage singlehood.
Singlehood causes them stress, and they decide to just end their lives.
Yes, so maybe I think it also occurs because of the depression, maybe feeling not wanted. Yeah, the feeling of maybe wanting acceptance. Or maybe sometimes you can also feel, especially if you were in a previous relationship or marriage and you've been divorced and maybe it didn't work and maybe the partner was on your case and it was like, you are the problem, you are the problem. You might feel depressed, especially when seeing others happy. You might even think maybe you don't deserve happiness.
And also remaining on the acceptance, you can also say, you know, maybe you've never felt loved all of your life. Maybe by your friends, you've never found somebody or your friend who is always there with you, who loves you, or your relatives, and even your close family members, maybe your parents have not been there for you, have not shown you love. And that is why you decide, you know what, you're single and no one loves you. You think that everyone is like that. And you know that may push you to look for love in the wrong places and end up with somebody that maybe if you were in a good state of mind, you would not have get into a relationship with them.
Yes. And also, can we say on that note, is it hard to be single because of like these disadvantages, these problems? Is it now hard to be single?
I think it depends with the reason to why you're single, because you know some others are single because maybe it's a chance for them to grow or to love themselves more.
Yeah.
We talk about loving me more.
Yeah, self-love.
Yes, self-love. And also it's a chance for them to know what they want in life.
Yeah.
But for other people, they are single because maybe they've not found the one yet, because they are healing. We have the reasons to why we are single.
Yeah, because we also spoke about the types of
singlehood.
So we can say maybe it's not hard to stay single for people who have volunteered.
Volunteered,
it's
yes.
voluntary. They decided I want to be single for this time.
For this time.
Yeah, I want to be single maybe for the next maybe 3 years.
3 years.
I work on myself and then maybe nirudi soko. Yeah.
Kuoga tu na kurudi soko.
So you take time
You
also
take
to
time.
reflect on what you want and then you go back to the market. It sound weird. Go back to
the market. But also you can say one of the disadvantages of being single is social pressure. And remember, we said earlier that singlehood is state of being unmarried. So yes, you are in a relationship, you've dated for a long time, let's say for 5 years, for 10 years, but you're not married. So you're still single. And most of the time I've had an argument, especially with my friends. They tell me, no, if you're dating, you're not single.
You're not single because you're
but
dating.
Still you're single because you're not married, you know. And social pressure, and it comes from our society and the people that we live with.
Yeah, also parents.
Parents.
Sometimes parents can be on your case. They can even call you and advise you. They're like, hey,
umeona ule kijana
uko 29 angalia jimits wako wameshaanza kupata firstborns wao,
you know, our parents love comparing.
Yeah, wamepata secondborns wao,
thirdborn.
Na aulete mtu huku
ile uzionekaniwa. They even start hooking up with people.
Even some parents can say tunataka wageni.
But you know, it's okay. I get them. Because they also want to be happy, and maybe seeing you married is a source of their happiness. You never know. But at some point, I feel that when you're single, the social pressure is there, and you will even. Because there are some people who have decided, me, even for the holidays, I'm not going home. I'm not going.
I think we can also see that even on maybe the lives of our celebrities. We can see the celebrities who have been single. The kind
for
of,
a long time.
Yeah. The kind of reaction people react to their singlehood.
Yeah.
The way people even like comment on maybe them dating people, or also the way they say why they are single. People can even start criticizing.
And you know, Emma, in our African society, especially for a woman, for you to be complete, you are supposed to get married. Yes. And let's say you've really done well. You are a corporate woman, you're a business woman, you're just there at the top of the ladder. But in our African society, even if you've achieved all that and you're not married, you're considered a failure.
Because we also, on top of our achievement list, marriage is one of them. And I don't think it's an African thing. I think it's just a society thing at large. Even the whites, everyone. When you're married, you've achieved more
a
lot. Can we also, now I'm starting to think, what does the Bible say about singlehood? Can we say there are characters in the Bible and there are people in the Bible who embraced singlehood? And there are some people who did, and maybe were they criticized, or maybe during that time was it okay to be single, or was it better to be married?
I think also when you look at the Bible, marriage was a big thing. And if you are not married also, maybe you are cast. And most of the time we will see people being overlooked or downlooked because they are not married. But in the Bible, it discusses about singlehood, and it's a moment, or it's a time for you to strengthen your relationship with God, because you know when you're single, we've said earlier that you don't have much, you know, there's that freedom. It's a time for you to build your relationship with God.
So we
you
can also
go
say
for you can go for, you know, for this worship experience.
You can even be more committed as a Christian,
than when you're married.
Yes. We also see some characters who chose to embrace singlehood. People like Apostle Paul. Yeah, I think he embraced celibacy. Yeah, he didn't marry.
They didn't have time for women. You know, because you know, most of the time you'll hear people say, you know, women are distractors. And if you want to go far, it's better you go alone. But it's the same.
Yeah, because even the same Bible says that two are better than
one.
Yes. So we can also see that even in the Bible, there are times that it embraced singlehood and there are also times that it embraced marriage. So we can say we can't choose between being single and being married, which is better. I think it just depends with the person.
And what
you have
makes
to,
you happy.
Yeah, and you also have to decide for yourself.
What gives you that fulfillment, that when you're like, I'm fulfilled. Because most of the time, people are in marriages that are not working.
And it could have been better for them to be single.
They had taken maybe a longer time to be single and discovering themselves what they want, would maybe have made them to make right choices.
Yes. Can we also look at what are the reasons why people decide to remain single? There are some people who have just decided to remain single. What are some of the reasons of why people have decided to remain single?
I think I know this is common, especially for our Catholic brothers and sisters. It's called an altar call. When you get that altar call and you decide you want to be a sister, it's a sister. You want to be to serve God, or a father, a priest.
So maybe people who they feel fully convicted. They've been called to serve, and it's better for them to serve without being married. Yeah, because even we've seen even in other religions which are not like other denominations which are not Catholic, pastors marry, and they have embraced marriage. So I also think it depends with the person's convictions. And how, you know, your relationship with God is something personal. So if God has called you and maybe you feel like he has told you shouldn't marry, it's your calling. Walk in your calling. And also, can we say that some people decide to remain single because of previous relationships,
heartbreaks,
things that didn't work out, and then they just decide to call it quits. It's like, hey, mi mambo sasa ya kudate, mambo ya kuolewa, no, it's an ex. Mambo ya kuoa, it's an ex. Mambo ya girl child staki, mambo ya boy child, I don't want it.
Alone,
Can we also say maybe some are just disappointed? They've been disappointed with life. Like date, you've dated for long, and then you each time you keep ile yenye unashindanga ukisema na nilijua tu each time, and then you just decide, let me just be single and see where this takes me. And then I think there are just some people who they don't have a desire to be married. Like they don't have it completely. People who don't desire to be married. You know, like there are some ladies you get there was a lady I met and she was telling me, I think she's around late 30s, heading to her 40s. And she told me she has never desired to be, like to have children. You know, the way we fantasize, you have kids, I don't know, you are married, you're carrying your babies, you buy things for your babies. She has never thought of it completely.
Me too. I've come across people who've said, I don't see myself as a mother.
So there are some people who don't like, they have never desired marriage completely.
And that's okay, you know.
So I think it's people people and their convictions and what they believe in.
But most of the time, the society judge them differently.
Yeah.
Because you will be like, it's like they are missing something. It's like their mental state is not okay.
Yeah.
You'll be like, you don't see yourself as a mother. Yeah, and they are okay with it. So we should also respect people's decisions.
Yeah,
because maybe if they become a mother, they will not be good mothers.
Yes.
Or maybe they just feel they don't have that, it's called that motherly
in them.
Nature in them. And that's why they've decided that it's better for them to be alone and not to be with somebody else.
Yes, so on matters singlehood, we've all come to a conclusion that it's up to the person.
It's a choice.
Yeah, it's your own choice. If you've decided to stay single or if you'll choose marriage, yes. But either way, we respect people's opinions and we should also respect people who have chosen to follow the opposite of what we are following. Yes. And on that note, we have loved being your host and being with you and having this discussion with you, our dear viewers. Continue interacting with us, continue texting, sending your SMSs, sending your opinions. Yes, we also have hot and exciting programs coming right up. I have been your host, Emma Bonare.
And I have been your host, Vicky Kipto. Let's meet again tomorrow from 7:30 to 9. Remember, this show comes to you from Faraja TV every from Monday to Friday.
Yes.
God bless.
Thank you.
Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Well, what is lifestyle? To me, lifestyle is the people, it's entertainment, it's food, it's beauty, it's fashion, it's music, and it's art. So how do you get to deal with these big topics that are affecting our society? Well, worry no more, because I, Sharon Gige, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m, I'll be bringing you amazing guests, and they'll be able to give us solutions on how to handle these big and disturbing topics at Faraja TV Kenya and all our social media platforms. Thank you.
Yo, welcome guys to the biggest and most exciting show in the 254, where we bring you exciting topics, great music, your favorite artists, and good times.
Join us each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Faraja Mashup. It's your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And your boy Big Willie, aka the Big Kahuna.
Kwa majina ni John Mragori, ninaokuletea program ya uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu, na programu yetu ya kujia mnamo siku ya kila Jumapili saa 1:30 katika runinga yetu ya Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha. Karibu sana, karibu pamoja, tushirikiane katika uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu. Karibuni na mbarikiwe sana. God bless you. God see you through.